How are they doing? Well, obviously not good. I guess the real question is whether or not they're ready to speak to police. Gato and his gang thrive on keeping people quiet. This isn't the first time they've permanently silenced someone. If they're alive, it means they either know nothing, or Gato thinks they know nothing. I just want to find out which. This is my case now. And I owe it to the victims to see it through to the end. I'll handle this, officer. Let's hope they're feeling talkative after what's just happened. I'm not clocking in any more overtime. Hello, I'm Detective Kento Nanami. Tokyo PD. Yes, we have met. This isn't your first tussle with the local Yakuza. How incredibly unlucky of you. Did the responding officers offer you water? A warm blanket? You deserve as much comfort as possible after what you saw today. Gato likes to send a message. Especially on how he feels about people who talk. Cutting someone's head off and displaying it in front of their workplace seems to do the trick. Yes, your boss was an informant. He got tired of paying protection fees for his business. And we're close to closing in on Gato and his lackeys. We said we'd guarantee his safety. But he wasn't careful enough. Yes, I feel responsible for his death. Just like I still feel responsible for your friend's death. I haven't forgotten what happened to them. And I doubt you've forgotten either. I was hoping your boss would help uncover their hideout. They have plenty of fronts for their business. But they're not stupid enough to keep everything hiding in plain sight. And I can't put them away for murder. They always send their underlings to do the dirty work. You cut the tail off a lizard, it always grows back. I'm going for the head. If I can get them for something like money laundering, or even tax evasion, that'll give us enough time to clean up the streets. It's called being realistic. If Yakuza bosses were easy to take down, there wouldn't be any around. Justice can't always be served in the way we want. Unless, of course, you have something to tell us. Something that could put them away for longer. Listen, your friend. They were a good person that got caught in the crossfire. And that's where you're headed. We're putting you under witness protection for a reason. This isn't going to end unless people start standing up to him. People like you. You've been lucky enough to survive 2 encounters with them now. But I don't think you'll survive a 3rd. And we're starting to think that the reason you've been attached to so many incidents is because you know more than you're letting on. Of course, you might be telling the truth. You might not know a thing. You could just be the unluckiest person in the world. Regardless, your safety is at risk. Come this way. I'll drive you home. You can collect some personal items before we take you to our safe house. I can turn on some music if you like. Or we could just talk. True. Maybe it's time you ask me some questions. I've been a detective for 10 years, technically. I took some time off in between. Became a desk jockey. Swore off field work altogether. No, I didn't mind a desk job. It was a good salary. And it meant I was out of harm's way. But then... there's this bakery I go to all the time. The baker always makes me the same sandwich. And she was nice enough to remember my favorite. One day, I saw her shop was being robbed. I knew I could do something to help, so I did. It's hard staying out of the action when you know you can do some good. So, I made detective again. And for the last couple of years, every waking moment has been dedicated to taking down Gato. We have a whole task force dedicated to it. I guess that's a fair question. If I'm such a good detective, how come I couldn't save your friend? We're not the only ones with informants. Gato definitely has a mole in the force. Explains why people we've sworn to protect suddenly disappear. That's another way he keeps people quiet. He makes sure people don't trust the police to keep them safe. That way, no civilians will stick their necks out to help us. It doesn't help that our top detective is an idiot. Just be lucky you don't have Detective Gojo driving you back. He'd stop for mochi and then completely forget he's meant to be driving you home. What I'm trying to say is, we're fighting an uphill battle. It doesn't matter how talented our task force is. Witnesses and the public are our greatest resource. Which is why... Yes, I know I'm making a wrong turn. It's not an accident. We're being followed. And don't turn around either. The longer we play dumb, the better. I'm going to try and circle back to the station. Hopefully, they won't notice. In the meantime, I'm going to call Gojo. What that man lacks in maturity, he makes up for it. Hang on! They boxed us in. Get down. Stay in the car. I'll be right back. Are you okay? Are you hurt? You really smashed my car into theirs? You're not the greatest at following orders, are you? But you've got guts. Maybe that's why you can't stay out of trouble. No, they saw the police lights in the distance and bolted. On foot, thanks to you. They'll be easier to catch. No, don't worry about my car. I was outnumbered and needed a distraction. So, well done. Listen, they're after you now. Are you sure you have no idea why? Okay. I'm just glad you're not hurt. Come on. Gojo's coming over here. Brace yourself. He's about to fish for compliments for getting here so quickly. But we'll talk about this later. I want to trust you. But I know there's something you're not telling me. Detective's intuition. Let's just call it that. But for now, we need to get you somewhere safe. Come on. Oh, it's you again. I know, I should be off the clock, but I need to tell you about a couple important things first. If you are fond of this audio, you ought to subscribe to our channel. There are a grand amount of videos posted here that you can go and listen to right now. It's quite an excellent way to spend your time. There are plenty more to come as well. And finally, if you want something made especially for you, head to anigomi.com/commissions. We'd be honored to receive one from you. Looks like that's all the time I have. Farewell. I look forward to seeing you again.